Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the AfterShock EpiCenter live stream. I'm your host and AfterShock's communications specialist, RuthAnn Thompson. So we have a bunch of new titles to talk about, as well as fast and approaching a new announcement, and then we'll be wrapping up with today's stream with the new reviews segment. So let's jump right into it. Hello, Paul Dunn and C-List E-Man. Good to see you both here and ready to roll because we have a brand new prestige one shot out tomorrow for New Comic Book Day, which is Dark Red, Where Road Leads. So this brings back Tim Seeley and artist Corin Howell for Dark Red, and this series debuted in 2019, just a little while after I joined the Aftershock crew. So it was really exciting to have a brand new vampire title of just so much fun, all told. And this continues the story. So basically, this is following the events surrounding the defeat of the Order of the Eventide in Chicago. And we go back to our blue-collared vampire Chip, who's just working in the gas station trying to survive. And he's just trying to go back to his quiet rural isolation. But as soon as he does, he has to ditch his late-night convenience store shift to travel across the country to New Orleans to visit a dying veteran. And what starts off as a trip of noble intent becomes a quest through hell of wars to retrieve a stolen soul and escape an old enemy. So this is a very fun dive into Chip's past. I'm not going to get too into it on here for spoilers and whatnot, but this is a beautiful one-shot prestige format of 48 pages of amazingness from Tim Seeley, and he is just too much fun with this vampire title and all the other work that he's done with us. Hello, Nathan. Welcome, welcome. And Lady Grayson, welcome. And Paul Dunn, it is an absolutely gorgeous cover, so make sure you get that. That'll be in shops for tomorrow's New Comic Book Day on February 2nd. And also, the incredible conclusion to Chicken Devil. So Chicken Devil #4 will be in shops tomorrow. And oh man, guys, I mean, this is brought to you by Brian Buccellato and the incredible artist Hayden Sherman. And if you missed out on the last issue, #3, I'm not going to spoil it here, but there's a big twist at the end that kind of sets off this crazy, crazy finale for this incredible title that is basically hot chicken fast food meets the Punisher. And we'll see if he can actually get revenge for what Mitchell Moss has lost. And yeah, so he's got this big victory from issue 3, but like I said, there's that big twist that kind of throws a whole thorn into it. But he's going to see if he can finish what he started and move on with his life. But how do you unbreak bad after you've gone kill crazy on a rampage? I don't know. You guys are just going to have to read this. I can't wait for you to read it because we'll talk about it next week under the reviews and get really deep into this finale that I can't wait for you all to read. C-List E-Man says, I am not ready for the conclusion of Chicken Devil. I know, man. Same, same, same. Lady Grayson agrees. But if you are really excited about the Dark Red coming back for this one shot on Wednesday, we have another happy hour in store for you guys. So this Thursday on February 3rd at 5 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to be joined by the incredible Tim Seeley, who he did Brilliant Trash with us, Dark Red, and Bequest. And we're going to get really deep and dive into his career, everything that has to do with these titles. And we're going to have an incredible live sale for you guys. Not only do we have a Dark Red one-shot variant cover from Mike Ruth just for this happy hour exclusive, but we're going to have so much more Dark Red and Brilliant Trash stuff for you guys as well, including something that I have been coveting for a long time, Dark Red Year 1 hardcover that is signed by Tim Seeley with a sketch by him that we got at C2E2. So we're gonna have that, so much more for just a fraction of the cost. So make sure you join us on Thursday, 5 p.m. Eastern, pour yourself a drink, and we're going to have a really good time. Yes, Nathan, you're going to have to show up because the Mike Ruth cover is so good, as you see here. You got to get your hands on it. And we have some amazingness on the way now that it's February. I can't believe it's already February of 2022, but here we are. We have some fast approaching titles, and you guys need to add this one to your pull list especially. So on February 14th is going to be the cutoff day, so show us some love and make sure you add to your pull list, We Live, Age of the Palladians, #1, Black. So this is the 6 years later after the finale of We Live Volume 1. We're going to be continuing with everything that happens. In this issue, this focuses on the Palladians and everything that they've dealt with for the last 6 years and their powers, their power suits, everything that has to do with them. But there's also We Live, Age of the Palladians, #1, white cover. These aren't just separate covers. These are actually two different stories. So this also takes place 6 years after the end of We Live, but this focuses on the people that are surrounded by the Palladians and everything like that. So this is two separate stories, so make sure you add both the black cover and the white cover to your pull list. The Miranda brothers each say to start with one versus the other. I read the script for the black first, and so when I see the comic books, I'm actually going to read white first. But either way, I think you can start it whichever way you want. It's such an incredible, beautiful story. And the Miranda brothers, as they say, the first volume was very focused on finding hope in the most desperate times and that kind of adventure story to that. But in this, it is now finding the strength to be the heroes that everybody needs in this new world. So really excited about that. Catching up on your guys' comments here. Yeah, it's really excited about this, Lady Grayson. Yes, and Paul Dunn, there are so many We Live copies to order. You must just more for you guys to love right here. And C-List E-Man, yes, you must get this as soon as possible. Very stoked about that. And speaking of brand new stuff, we have a new announcement that just dropped this morning. In case you missed it, we have an incredible new title from the wonderfully talented Peter Milligan, and it's just a great story. We talked to him about this like months and months ago. God, no, I guess that was almost 2 years ago when we did God of Tremors with him. But this is focused in London. So Frank and Terry are about to find out how deep you must bury a body to make sure it doesn't haunt you. They were once members of the Dogs, a feared gang who ruled much of London's underworld back in the swinging 60s. They thought they'd escaped their troubled past, but the past isn't dead. It's just bashed about a bit and very pissed off. Spanning different times and classes, Dogs of London is a brutal, bloody tale of violence, love, and revenge. And sleeping dogs who refuse to roll over and play dead. So really excited about this. Peter Milligan is just one of those writers that does everything very personally, and it always has a lot of his own history kind of written into it. Not that I think that he was a part of any mob or anything, but there's a lot of stuff in here that I think you guys will love. And the artwork is going to be by let's see if I can get this right, Artesida, who is just absolutely beautiful, vicious. It's going to be beautiful artwork. Very stoked about this new title coming up. And just checking in on the comments here. Yes, C-List E-Man, you gotta get in touch with Paul Dunn. It looks like he wants to do some work with you. And speaking of C-List E-Man, he was an incredible ambassador for us, we are actually looking for one more ambassador in Long Island, New York. So if you or someone you know lives in Long Island, New York, and is a big AfterShock fan, please send them this link so they can apply and we can get them started right away for being an ambassador in that area and bringing awesome promotional materials to their local comic book shops, as well as keeping, a few for themselves. There are some awesome perks to being an AfterShock ambassador. And now it is time for our continuing reviews from last week's titles. That's right, guys. It is spoilers ahead right now as we dive deep into the titles from last week, and we have the season finale of Seven Swords. So this was quite an incredible swashbuckling tale from Evan Daughtery and artist Frederic Dallaccio. And for anybody here that's watching, please let me know if you have been a deep fan of the mythos that is, the Musketeers and that whole world, because that is something I'm very curious about. If anybody here who is a big fan of that and has read all the books and seen all the movies, read this, I'd love to hear your thoughts as well. So this was a really really fun title. I do love me the swashbuckling swordsmen and all that kind of fun. We haven't gotten that in a while, and I personally have never read it in comic books form, so it's been really, really fun. And especially there is that new Cyrano series that's coming out from Amazon Prime with Peter Dinklage playing Cyrano. So it's going to be really fun too to kind of add this in. And this issue really does focus on the big climactic battle. And though obviously there was 5 issues of this, I wish there was so much more of these characters together kind of on this trip, because I definitely wanted there to be a lot more camaraderie and kind of have them bring together a little bit more. Let's see. Nathan Duncan says, I'm liking this a lot. I love the whole timepiece thing. Yeah, absolutely. I agree. And Boise says, don't watch a lot of swashbuckling movies, but Seven Swords was good. Yeah, it was really, really good. And the characters were so well, brought together, and it was kind of fun. Like the action scenes really did feel action packed, which is kind of hard to do, in a comic book form, but it was very well done, and the artwork very beautiful. I did also really like the relationship between the sword wielding nun Catalina and the sword wielding singer actress Mademoiselle Maupin, because sometimes in stories like this, they kind of overdo it whenever there's like a love affair between 2 women or 2 men, but this was very, very subtle and very well done. And I liked it that Catalina was still like, nope, she's still a nun, like not going to cross that line. But there was a lot of really cool stuff here, and just having the big battle of the devil versus the 7 swords, and have it not be about their swords at all, and actually coming together, to basically fight for their souls together, had a very Guardians of the Galaxy-esque kind of conclusion to it. So it's been really fun. I absolutely adored this title. I'm glad it looks like a lot of you guys did as well. I'm looking forward to it being in a beautiful trade paperback brought together in just a couple months. So really, really interesting. And Nathan says it's different compared to Heathens, where it's old characters in current time. Yeah, absolutely. Which I love the Heathens for that, but it's very fun having this title of 7 Swords, where we actually get to dive into this very time period piece as well. But guys, thank you so much for joining our AfterShock Epicenter live stream today. We'll be back next week, same bat time, same bat channel, and make sure that you join us on Thursday for this week's happy hour at 5 p.m. Eastern with the incredible Tim Seeley. Stay safe out there. Make sure to wash your hands, wear your mask, keep your distance, and only read dangerously. We'll see you all on Thursday. Bye now.